Welcome back, everybody, to a beautiful summer day here in Chicago. It's 70 degrees outside. It's amazing. It's been like 100 degrees this entire last weekend and it was miserable. And now it's so nice out. Today, as you saw, we were shuffling cars around. Molly is on the lift. We're working on Molly. Let me go ahead and show you what we got. A new muffler, flex pipe, a V-band, and a 2.5 to 3 inch adapter or reducer. The other day I was driving Molly and it suddenly got louder. It was weird. I was just driving and then I'm like, wait a second. It's definitely louder than it normally is. Pulled off to the side of the street. I looked under, looked for like an exhaust leak or something. Turns out the muffler in the back of the car had one of its welds break. So today we are installing all this new stuff, getting the exhaust ready for more power. Right now there's this one section of the exhaust, you'll see soon, it goes down to a 2 inch and it's super restrictive and it's terrible. So that's what the 2.5 to 3 inches for, so I can have a proper V-band connection there. I think part of the reason why the muffler broke in the first place is that I didn't have a single flex pipe on the exhaust at all. And I was using really stiff exhaust bushings. Exhaust hangers, not bushings. But this muffler that I got is a little bit bigger than the muffler I have on the car now, so it should be a little bit quieter when we're done. We should also gain some spool because we're getting rid of the 2 inch section and replacing it with a proper, reducer. As I've said a couple times, Molly's new motor, it's coming soon. I know you guys have been waiting very patiently, so thank you for that. Let's go and get her on the lift, get her up in the air. We can do some chopping and do some welding. You can see right here is where the muffler snapped. We'll chop this muffler, put the new muffler in, same exhaust tip. We're gonna get rid of that section, do a 2.5 to a 3 inch with a V-band right here and a flex pipe. While we're working back here, I'm also gonna go ahead and replace the axle seals. This differential has been spewing its guts all up in my subframe, and I've been letting it happen for way too long. We're gonna fix that. We're gonna start up front. It would suck to, build the muffler, the exhaust tip, and then when we cut the front, have it, move a little bit. This entire thing, like right here. Mission success. It's the next day. The exhaust is looking good. I painted it because of 2 reasons. Number 1, since the diff has been so leaky, it's just spewed a bunch of gear oil all over the exhaust, and it was really stained and it was nasty. Second reason is that I did MIG weld all the new welds I did today. Those would probably rust over time, so painting it will prevent that. Before we put that back in, we are gonna go ahead and replace these axle seals. So I have to take the axles out, pop the seal out, put the new seal in. I'm gonna try to just completely unbolt the hub and then take the axle out, because that'll be a little bit easier, but we'll see.
I didn't know we were in the information society.
See, I couldn't get the knuckle unbolted from the lower control arm, so I just unbolted the lower control arm. It might not seem like it's easier than just, you know, trying to shimmy the axle out of there, but shimmying the axle out of there is a pain in the butt, so this really wasn't too bad. That took me like 10-15 minutes. Bada bing, bada boom! Now I just have to go ahead and do the other side. Despite me dropping it, the exhaust is now in and it's undamaged. Big old 3-inch exhaust in a Miata. Clears the control arm, clears the axle boot by like a finger, clears the front of the diff, and then clears the trans tunnel. Miatas were not meant to have a 3-inch exhaust in them, fun fact. I'm gonna go ahead, change the diff fluid, load up the suspension, torque everything to spec, and then we can drive it. Oh good. Totally getting everywhere. Okay. All right, we're ready to hear this exhaust. It's about what I expected. Sounds the same, just a little bit quieter. I have an exhaust leak to fix. That bad boy right there is leaking. That's great. Oh, that is great. That isn't. Why is that so slippery? think we know what the next thing to fix on Molly is. I really didn't want to disassemble the turbo to fix that coolant leak, but that was idling there for 5 minutes, so it's kind of spewing coolant. But we'll do that later. Let's go ahead and go enjoy the car with the new exhaust. Exhaust sounds about what I expected. The tone is very similar to what it was before, but it's definitely just a little bit quieter. And the drone is much, much better. I was cruising at like 65 miles per hour on the way to a different town this morning, and it was really nice. It was really pleasant. I didn't want to die. The induction noise is a little bit louder now too, which is cool. I'm really happy with it. I think it sounds awesome. In the future, I definitely want to get an external wastegate, and I think that will complement the quieter exhaust really well. I also feel like I can hear more spool from the back. Speaking of spool and of flow in general, I definitely notice a difference. Not necessarily in spool. The engine might spool like 100 RPMs quicker, but it's definitely running leaner. Previously at full throttle, full boost, you know, higher RPMs, it was high 11s, 11.9, 11.8, and right now it's like 12.5. Right when I first get into boost, it leans out even more, like 13.0, which like I said, isn't good, but it definitely goes to show there is more airflow. It's just good. I also feel like the throttle is a little bit more responsive now. But yeah, that is it for this video. Molly has a new exhaust and a differential that doesn't piss gear oil, which is awesome. That's the better part. Overall, I am super happy with the exhaust. It sounds very similar, which I'm happy for. It's just a little bit quieter, a little bit less droney. And now this exhaust system is totally capable of supporting our extra power that we're gonna be getting with the new motor. The next step is to get the cold side ready for the extra power. This turbo kit comes with 100% silicone intercooler piping, so the entire thing is rubber. That's not really a bad thing when you're running low boost, but when you're starting to push more boost, it is a much better idea to go with solid aluminum intercooler piping. So I have a new bigger intercooler from Mishimoto coming and some intercooler piping. We're gonna be welding up a cool intercooler piping kit. That's gonna look a lot better. It's gonna help with spool and it won't blow up. So that's what's in store for Molly. I also have some exterior changes I want to do because she's looked like this for 3 to 4 years now? No, 2 to 3 years. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. If you didn't though, please give it a dislike and tell me why. If you want to support the channel, help me make videos, help me improve the shop, go check out Patreon in the description down below. You guys can get some cool benefits from that. And of course, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I would appreciate that as well. That's it guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. Goodbye.